This is Abby here, and I'm basically I'm aware that some of you might be part of the club, some of you might be working on this project, or part of the group that's actually working on this project, and I'm aware that some of you might possibly be from Gun, like just a normal student from Gun, and some of you might be from the Gun administration. But anyways, I just want to show our progress so far with what we're doing with the Gun app. Unfortunately, we had like a little bit of we had a little bit of like stuff going on in the like maybe first 2 weeks of the summer, which kind of prevented us from getting going super fast. But recently we've been working pretty well, and we've made some fair progress. So here we are. Okay, so I'm gonna open up the app here. So that's basically just the launch screen. All right, so far we have 3 tabs. One's supposed to be of the schedule. One is supposed to be of like calendar or of the like future gun events, um, and then the last one is of the directory of all the staff. So yeah, you can see that's kind of a preview. Anyways, for the schedule, right, it looks like we don't have anything there yet, um, but we're a bit farther along than I mean, what we have on the screen right there. Um, so basically, a big part of being able to make the schedule or display the schedule and display the events um, are to extract data from the Google Calendar or from Google Calendars using the Google Calendar API. And so that was kind of a lot of work to do. But I'd like to thank Alan for doing all that. That was a lot of hard work, and he did pretty well with that. And we've gotten to the point where we can actually display one's data from the Google Calendar. So, like, obviously this isn't gun events, but we made like a fake account or just like a random Google account, and we put stuff on the Google Calendar. So as you can see, we put stuff for like June 28, like basketball practice, just random events. Anyways, so we can. Our hope is that we can just take the gun, um, or the the actual gun calendar with all of guns events and actually put that on this tab and display it in a neater way so that it's like a table view, kind of like this, and so that people can look through them relatively easily. Anyways, so the Google Calendar also applies to the schedule because we're gonna look at the Google Calendar to ensure that it is or isn't an alternate schedule day, and if it is an alternate schedule day, to display that in the schedule, in the bell schedule. Um, and so that's why we haven't really gotten to displaying anything for this. But even if we are, I mean, even to display the stuff, it shouldn't really be too difficult because if it's a regular schedule day, we can just hard code everything, and we can say, oh, if it's this day, um, we'll just we'll just like literally type out the schedule, or like we're not going to rely on extracting data from anywhere to actually write the schedule for us. We'll just do that ourselves and display it probably in table views similar to this. Maybe I'll make each of the cells or like the rows a bit taller, so it fills up the whole screen. But yeah, that's basically what we do. What we would do, and we would also show, or thanks to Luke and Sam, who kind of worked on how we would design or how our app would aesthetically look. We decided that we would display at the top progress through the current period, and we would have below each of the class periods. Um, Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Um, and uh, and yeah, so that wouldn't be too difficult to do, and we have a pretty good plan of what we're gonna do. So, I mean, although we don't have anything here, we're definitely farther along than what it appears. So for events, additionally, this shouldn't be too difficult to do now, because I mean, if we extract data, okay, so one thing, or actually, yeah, so if we extract data from the Google Calendar, we can, from Gun's Google Calendar, we can display it all. But the one issue that we are currently having is that you have to log into a Google account first, and that can be, I don't know, that may make people not want to use the app because it it'll probably like this will display all of your. I think what it does is it actually adds all of guns. It would add all of guns events to somebody's Google Calendar, and that could be unwanted and not good. Or it would display your Google Calendar and not the events of gun. So that would not be good, and we are trying to work on fixing that in some way. Okay, so I mean, there's still a bit of work to do with the schedule and events, but I mean, we're definitely getting somewhere, and yeah. So the last tab that we have so far. So currently we have three tabs. We're hoping to add a fourth, which will be the gun map. We're gonna worry about that later. That was kind of how we planned things. But anyways, we made a staff directory as our third feature, and currently we're pretty close to being finished. I mean, as you can see. I'd like to give a shout out to Matthew because he basically we took all the data from the gun site. So if I go here, staff directory, it's all in something called XML, which is like a markup language. It's like a formatting programming language, and it basically formats all of the teachers and whatever. It formats it into this table. And so what Matthew did was whoops, I'll show that later. What he did was he downloaded all of that data and he ran it in Python and he parsed through it so that it could display only the teachers and their departments and the important stuff, and display it without like weird formatting or all the all the features of the markup programming language that would show up. So we parsed it, and it was really easy to extract this data and actually display it now. So that's what we currently have. Um, and so basically we have all the teachers here already, and we're trying to think of a way to actually make it so that people can email teachers directly from the app or go to their websites. So I added just now like another view, as it's called, so that you can click on a teacher and it'll show their information or like their email or something, and then maybe you can email them, something like that. Um, but we might show it directly here. I'm not sure. Uh, I think Sam and Luke, who planned this, they wanted it to be displayed there, so I think that's likely what we're gonna do, but we'll see. Um, yeah, so that pretty much sums everything up that we've done so far. Uh, oh yeah, and we're gonna add a search bar also here because it's kind of, even though it's in alphabetical order, it's kind of, I mean, you should always have a search bar for good practice, since there are over 200 teachers, so it's a bit easier to have a search bar where you can actually search the teacher. So we'll probably add that. There's like a pretty simple tutorial on that that shouldn't be too difficult to do. Um, so that's basically what we have so far. The last thing we need to add is the gun map feature, and I'm aware that this is. I was told by the administration basically that this was one of the most important features because there's going to be a lot of construction going on the gun campus, and we want to have something that can guide freshmen as well as upperclassmen who may not be so used to all the construction, to guide them through campus in like an efficient manner, I guess. So we're hoping to plan to add that as soon as we actually finish these features. So yeah, thank you for watching. Yeah, this is our current progress as of the 27th. Well, kind of the 26th. It's really late at night. But okay, thank you. All right, bye.